Hi there. I just wanted to jump in and give you a quick message before today's Caregiver Minute episode starts. One of the most frequent things people ask me is, Eric, how do I learn more about all these dementia care techniques that you talk about on the Caregiver Minute? And how do I learn more about brain health? And how do I learn more about the science of all of this? Well, some of you know that a couple of times a year, I partner with the Idaho Healthcare Association, and we put on a day-long workshop called Mastering the Art and Science of Dementia Care. Now, like I said, we only do this a couple of times a year, and if you hadn't heard, the next one is coming up this Thursday. That's right, this Thursday from 8:30 to 4:30 Mountain Time. And if that sounds interesting to you, and if you're a healthcare professional especially, and you need to get some CEUs, this is worth 7 CEUs from the Idaho Healthcare Association. It's very affordable, and if you're interested, I will put some information in the description below. I hope to see you there. Welcome back to the Caregiver Minute, where every weekday family and professional caregivers gather to refine their skills, gain inspiration, and prepare to serve. I was having a conversation with one of my sons this morning, who recently discovered a speaker talking about the principle that we need to be 100% responsible for everything in our life. I think that's a really important concept to consider. And if you read through all sorts of leadership or personal development books, it's a concept that you'll see repeated over and over. Many people have come to the conclusion that success in life is largely due to being 100% responsible for the outcomes that you're having. It's also important to be your own results-based head coach. Are you regularly evaluating things in your life and taking a step back and saying, what kind of results am I getting? And how can I take charge of the outcomes that I want? Now, sometimes people hear the idea of being 100% responsible for their outcomes, and they think, well, wait a minute, it's not my fault that the power went out. What am I supposed to do about that? Well, the first time the power goes out, it's the power company's fault. But you're 100% responsible, and if you really desperately need electricity to power your business, if it's critical that you have that, then it's on you if you don't choose to go out and get a generator and ensure that if the power company fails, you have a way of generating electricity. Now, that may sound extreme, but I promise you, in every aspect of our lives, if we can be responsible for the outcomes that we're getting and ask ourselves, what would I need to change, or what would have to be true to get a different outcome, then we stay in motion. We keep moving forward. Momentum has to do with being in motion. And if we want to have momentum in our lives, we have to stay responsible for what's going on, and we have to make choices that keep us moving forward, making progress, conquering some of the things that are challenging. Now, we don't control other people's behavior, but one thing that we do control is how we respond to it. And human communication is difficult. So one of the things that I really value in our Caregiver Minute community is that so many of you show up here day after day working on the skills that allow you to communicate more effectively with other people, to have interactions that go better. We may not be able to control everything that the other person says, but the more we understand how to interact well, the more we've refined our skills, the more we've practiced, and the more we go into those interactions with the right mindset, the better the outcomes we experience. I hope this gives you an opportunity to pause and to think a little bit about some of the outcomes that you're seeing in your life and in your relationships. And I invite you today to consider one way that you can be 100% responsible for whatever outcome you're getting and keep moving forward with some positive momentum. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another episode of the Caregiver Minute.